Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing Beacon Pines. Last time there was a big reveal that the person in the hazmat suit that we see at the factory, whatever it's called. It's a factory, isn't it? I think it's a factory. The one that grabbed Rolo and also grabbed Luca that one time is actually Luca's gran. She's the one that's in the mask. Isn't that weird? And we're going to see if Luca's going to confide, right? Not confined. Confide. With his new friend, Beck. Why are we so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. Oh, yeah, immediately. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Meet up with Rolo at the treehouse. We go up here? Anything up here? No, nothing interesting. Can we do it? We're going to be stopped by somebody? For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr.
That's a good
Nuncreed,
comeback.
arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. And we just gave out a bunch of jam that was clearly some kind of message from Gran to the other people in the village. Or at least that's what I've assumed. I think that's what's happening, right? So one went to Nuncreed, one went to the woman at the cafe, I can't remember what her name was, like Fertilia or something. And then Tolliver, I can't remember what his thing is, but maybe they're all members of the community that don't want this festival here for some reason. Is that possible? Is that what it is? If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Oops. Sorry, guys. Just knocked my microphone. There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility. Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Okay. Careful around Nuncreed. Hiya. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good. That's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, I love this music. You better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Alright. Is there another mystery going on here? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Zed. Or Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. I just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Alright. Oh no. Are these guys going to try and stop us? Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. Farther or further, where do you stand? I think I'm on a farther side. But sometimes I say further. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo, he's, Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the fowl harvest. It's about time you tell me what this fowl harvest thingy is. It's kinda a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, Big Deal Fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked, farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in the town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. And I'm not talking about Mr. Nuncreed. Was that his name? Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. Oh. Murder. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines, who went out of business. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. Next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why. Nope. Take it, Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels. One town over there for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Decommissioned. We better get going. There's Rollo. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck, you must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Okay. That's gone up. What's happening? Oh, okay. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. Okay, cool. We got another charm. What do we do? Ah. Oh, I see. No, missed it. You okay? Oh, okay, gotta do this one now. Okay. Oh, God damn it. We got that one. Another one. Oh, moving target. God damn it. Okay. This is probably better. Yes, got it. So, there's no way anyone else could do that. Where'd you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. Alright. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so, it seemed more organised. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. And it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran. Wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't here for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Eris Valentine. Pretty much. Valentine? Valentine, probably. Valentine? I think that's a name, isn't it? You say it like that, Valentine. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude. Aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And the leader is your gran and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here. No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mum went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's not his Gran. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this don't take it the long way, and also don't take it the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. Sounds like a risky plan. We can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Ooh, interesting. The plot thickens.
6.
Is chapter 6 the furthest we've got in the story?
Secret lair.
Ooh.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? I got my jumper on. Okay, can't go through that door. Oh, here they are. Rollo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head? Oh, this. It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yeah, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
Coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. And she keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and hook it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
Alright, sorry, I just lost connection there for a second. And we're back. A look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them.
What are we gonna find?
Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey. Let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click.
Uh-oh, it's a magic door.
I
don't know why I say magic. It's a door.
And slide under its own power.
Oh my god. Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Oh, what is it? Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Okay, so what have we got here?
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter.
Ooh, is that his dad's name?
For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What do you got there? It's My dad? Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor.
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? Or read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as these are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Well, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness to muscles and joints. He was being poisoned. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? And that's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home had been contaminated. Perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here. The writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terence's condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time,
Spoke softly. What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more!
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit!
Slammed the drawer shut.
Oh, okay. So what's this?
Spider web of string connected photos of people from the town,
Ooh.
interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mums are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Alright. Okay. And this is poison. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive. And jam jars. The jam jars are explosive. That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary? Incendiary. Jam is your gran making. Incendiary. Another charm. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs. Right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And... ink. What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Ooh. Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Gram. Grand Jam Gram. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy here around here. I'm the bad joke guy around here. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. Something like that, right? Okay, we got something here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it...
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
It leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So, it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Oh. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulps kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the centre of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was from the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh. Quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent.
Did we shut the cabinet behind us when we came down? Under the table?
Kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh, it's not Gran. Oh, it's, what's his name? Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Is he tackling him? Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
That's a mistake. Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Oh, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
Thank God he's dead. You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light,
It's
Luca and
Tolliver or
Rolo
whatever his name is.
gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver.
Chapter 7.
Chapter 7? We're on chapter 7 already?
The
How many chapters?
Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious,
We're going to waterboard
Mr.
him.
Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair.
Water torture.
His hands were bound with rope, his feet
Bamboo
tied with some
torture.
loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop, something cop interrogation. Chill cop. Nice.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here.
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave all Aram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose so I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? Come on, lad. It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rolo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen
And
the
this seems like a
bindings.
mistake.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the
Oh.
stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late.
He was gone.
Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. Is that an ending?
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
The end. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for following the tree here. Hoping I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. Cool. Well, we're at the end of this episode, I guess. I guess we're going to have to go back and find another charm to get a different ending there.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
Or a grand resolution. Good pun.
Back to the drawing board.
Alright. Well, we'll be picking this up next time on Borderline Games. We'll be finding out exactly how to beat Torville, or whatever his name is, in this interrogation scene. And also, have we got anything else? We can do the rumble here to see what that gives us instead. But I think we might have no other options that we can engage with yet, but we'll be doing that soon. Next time on Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Beacon Pines, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.